Hello, my lovelies. This is a pick card reading. What do you need to hear right now? So we have three piles for you. We have pile A, pile B, and pile C. Take a minute to just look at the cards, take a couple of deep breaths, just see what pile resonates easiest for you. You can pick by crystal or you can pick by card. You can even pick by number, and always try to go with your first instinct. You can always pick more than one pile as well, but I always encourage you to just kind of try to focus in and pick which one you feel is best. All right, guys, let's get into the reading. Hello, pile A. If you chose this, you chose this crystal, and I just want to kind of get into it. So the overall theme of your reading right now is the ability to look at the bigger picture of what's going on. Now, don't forget, this is a timeless reading. So I know that we're currently going through some major things in the collective, but there's a need to look at the bigger picture, kind of embrace this full moon in Sagittarius energy. Sometimes when we get caught up in the details of what happened, what didn't work out, it keeps us like a slave, like it's keeping you a slave to an old mentality or something that you might have felt bound to in the past. Because we have the slave energy. And it says, the light attribute is surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. But the shadow attribute is giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear or making a fear of making your own choices. So I feel like if you chose this group, there was something in the past that you had to walk away from. But it was something that was causing extreme imbalance. Like, it probably brought out the worst in you, or what you thought brought out the worst in you, and it could have been affecting your health on a major level. This card here says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So what I'm seeing is this group, it almost feels like an energy of surrender. It's like maybe you were in a situation or relationship, a job. There was some situation that pushed you to the core of your being. I feel like this is a very caring group. This is a very self-sacrificial group. This is a group of people. If you chose this, I'm getting the vibe that you would do anything for someone, that you would go above and beyond. And you did, and it caused some sort of extreme imbalance. And it just got so heavy that you might have lost yourself. And there's a need to regain balance with this Justice card. I really feel like the energy that I'm picking up on is there's a need to embrace your shadow side. Maybe some of you guys saw a side of yourself that you didn't like with this slave energy and this health. It could have affected your health. With this Justice card, this is always a sign that the universe is kind of stepping in and helping you achieve that justice. Some of you guys could be Libras, Virgos, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. It doesn't have to be, or even Sagittarius. But what I'm really feeling is that right now, either this is your past energy or there's a need to let go of this and this mentality that's like the disease to please, or the need to please everyone but yourself, like to the point where your health was affected. So if you've already left this situation right now, while we're in quarantine, or even if this is after quarantine when you see this with this Solitude card, this is the Hermit card. This is the Hermit card, and this is someone who's gaining enlightenment. I feel like this is also like learning how to speak up for yourself for some of you guys, learning to value yourself. And by doing that, you're going to be looking at the bigger picture of your life. Sometimes we don't understand why certain things play out for us, like, why did I lose that job? Or why did that person cheat on me? Or, why couldn't I go there? But what I'm really feeling is, it's like, some of you guys, it's almost like this puppet energy of like, you've been puppets on a string. Some of you have felt like puppets on a string in someone else's bigger picture, someone else's bigger plan. This could be a company, a relationship. And you're kind of like in this place where it's like, it's about you right now. So there's a need to go within and see the parts of yourself that you lost in the past with this health card. Experience those emotions with this King of Cups. You see how he's meditating? He's meditating. He's got his hand on the sound bowl. Some of you guys should go to sleep to sound healing frequency music. You can find it on YouTube. Also, you know, if you have a sound bowl, or if you, you know, just start getting into music frequency, or take a spiritual cleansing bath with salt water. Meditation with this Hermit and this Hermit card and this King of Cups. And then also with this Balance of the Justice card is really going to put you where you need to be right now. Because we also have what's coming in the future is acceptance. And this says, I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So yes, you've had to move on from something. And I know that doesn't sound like, oh, that's so exciting, but there is such a freedom when it comes to acceptance. It's such a freedom that you gain, because a lot of times we don't understand that when we're in this slave energy where we feel like puppets on a string, and we feel like, you know, our lives, we have no control over our lives. You know, you may not be able to control your outer circumstances, but you can always control your inner circumstances. And, you know, maybe some people, I'm feeling for some of you, people made you feel bad about your natural nature, about who you are naturally. There's no need to change your natural nature. There's a need to just learn from it. Learn from it. Set boundaries for yourself, but you can still love. The worst thing you can do after some sort of pain is to cut yourself off and become a vibration that you naturally aren't. If you're a loving person and a giving person, you don't have to change that. Just discover new ways, new boundaries, new ways of protecting yourself, but also staying true to who you are. And we have, oh, by the way, we have 9 and 9, 11, 8 and 6, if those numbers mean anything to you. But we have 2 9s. And we have right here, excuse my nails, y'all, because it's quarantine and I'm not taking them off yet. So we have Material Harvest. And it's so funny. So this is the Justice card, right? This is heavy Libra energy. And here, this kind of reminds me of a courthouse, like justice. So a lot of you guys are getting justice from a situation where someone made you feel like you weren't good enough, or made you feel like you weren't contributing to anything positive. Like something that you were forced to walk away from, and it affected your mental health, your physical health, whatever. But right here, this Material Harvest, this is love. I'm getting strong love in solar plexus, heart chakra and solar plexus energy. But this is like, you see how this guy is surrendered? He's accepted. This is the acceptance. It's like once you accept that everything played its part, everyone played. So if you think about it like this, if this is your life and you are a co-creator of this life, then you're co-writing the script for your life. And you also cast the nemesis in your life, and you cast the people who play a role, and they played their role, but they're not there to stay. So don't dwell on who hurt you. Don't dwell on those energies, because you're going to get justice in the situation. Financial abundance. Some of you guys might be receiving a gift. You're going to have more than enough, and it's going to be gifted to you, and it's going to feel like justice from a situation. You also have this Aquarius energy with the Star card. This is abundance, and this is also a karmic, like a good, like karmic turning in your favor. And you see how this is like a need. So if any of you guys chose this group and you don't write down your intentions and you don't practice the law of attraction, this is a really good time to start, because right now during this solitude, you're creating an outcome. But if you just stay in this slave, or this energy of like lack, or feeling like you have no control over the situation or your health, like there's nothing you can do, right now what you want to do, this is wish fulfillment. So you want to right now during this time write down what you really want, what you want to bring into your experience. So if I were you, I'm big on numbers. This is a karmic energy. I would write down 8 wishes and desires that you have that you want to manifest. Now, remember, I'm not one who's going to tell you, hey, you need to say, I want to be with so-and-so, or, if this is about love, this is about writing 8 energies that involve the bigger picture. So if you chose this group, write down 8 energies that involve the bigger picture. This could be financial freedom. This could be, you know, allowing love in your life, or healing your health, or, you know, being healthy, or whatever it is. But write it in the form of energy. 8, a list of 8. And I think that this is going to be really beautiful. We have a new moon in Taurus coming up. That's when we see a lot of the physical benefits of what we've been doing, because that's the energy of Taurus. So a lot of people will see materialistic abundance, or they'll see the tangible reality of the things they put in. But also, just, this is a timeless reading. You know, you can still write that down, and you can utilize that new moon to like bring those things into fruition. But this is what I'm seeing for you guys. Like, I feel like you're kind of on this healing journey. And I mean, we all are, but I feel like you specifically are going to get justice on a situation. But just find your balance through meditation, through music, frequency music, because I feel like whatever you really want is going to come in, but you just have to define it first if you haven't already. All right, Group A, this was your reading. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys at the next pick a card. Hello, Group 2, or Group B. If you chose Group B, this is your crystal. This is actually selenite, by the way. I'm going to remove it because some extra cards flew out for you guys, and I just want to make sure I can fit all of your cards on here. Actually, I think I can place it right here. All right, Group B. This energy is a little heavy. The overall theme of your energy right now is you might be feeling like you're in a deep state of meditation. You might be feeling like Pisces energy, where there's so many energies just swarming around and you don't know which way to fucking go. It's like, I feel like there's this energy that's really heavy when it comes to your love life. And if it's not your love life, it's an energy of like friendship, love, but it's definitely a loving energy. Your mind is caught between the fears of the past and things that have occurred and the good times. It's almost like, with this memories of love right here, this is the 6 energy. This is about harmony and balance when it comes to the memories of your love life, or memories of, memories of friendships or good times, because we have this 3 of Cups here. And this is all about like celebrations, having fun. And regardless, this is a timeless reading. But if you are watching this when we're in quarantine, some of you guys, if this is friendship, some of you guys could just be fearful about like, I don't know when I'm going to see my friends again. We used to have so many good times. We have the waiting game here. So it's like, how long is this going to be? I feel like it's not progressing. Like, what's coming out of this situation? I don't know what to do. You're imagining a lot of different things, and it's like you feel like this is over. But if this is for love, I'm really feeling like there's some sort of transformation, like a death and rebirths. And I see 2 energies of death and rebirth for you guys. And it's like, we have Pluto energy here. So some of you guys could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have water signs here. We have 2 Scorpio energies. Water signs, heavy water sign. But it doesn't have to be. But that's the energy that you're kind of embodying right now, is a water sign energy. There's a need to get out of this fear energy. This says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Because we have this Knight of Cups. Sometimes, this is heavy, guys. Sometimes it can be really hard to think about the things that we love, the people that we love, the experiences that we once had. And it's like when we use our imagination, it might start off as imagination, and it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. But then it's almost like it might start in imagination and then end up in fear. There's like a lot of duality energy. There's a need to just kind of meditate, get into this, like, and both the other Group A got this too, similar. but there's a need to just shut off your mind for a second because you're going through a lot. Like, this group has been, if not been through heartache, you've been through a lot of transformation in your friendships. You've been through heavy energy with your love life. And it, you know, this pride card says, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. So to me, I'm taking this as a transform your mind through how you're thinking about the situation, about what's dying. Because we have this Tower card, and I love this Tower card in this deck. You know, this is 7 energy. So 7 to me is like wisdom, but it's also like applied knowledge from the things that you had to balance out. It's not an easy energy. You see how this lightning strike is casting down this like tree structure, but there's 4 butterflies that come out of it. So for this card, for some of you guys, you might have ended a connection and you're feeling kind of like, man, you knew you had to walk away. This could be friends, this could be love, take it how it applies. But some of you guys walked away from a loving connection with this 9 of Cups, and you're in the process of allowing something new in, and it's really painful because you're looking back like, man, did I make the right decision? And some of you guys are debating walking away, or some of you guys might be going through some transformation in regards to a loving connection, trying to bring in that connection. But with this Pluto energy right here with this Judgment card, this one, I'm going to actually read it for this group. This card says, the qualities of this card illustrates a spiritual awakening, clarity, the revelation of truth, and cosmic consciousness. At times, it takes a wake-up call to get your attention and show you how far you need to go. This card comes forth just to do that. Evaluation of the past, along with lessons that you've learned or still need to understand, must now be a top priority. Doing so will enable you to forgive whatever this situation was, to forgive, accept, and heal, so that you move forward in a balanced spiritual mindset. The Truth card comes to remind you that the significant change must be made in a certain area of your life, but don't make any hasty decisions. Take your time, for any choices or alterations must be weighed and evaluated with the most careful and wisest of judgments. Whatever steps you take now will have far-reaching consequences, more than you'll ever know. Using the powers of the universe, blending them with a little help from the physical world will assist you in bringing out clarity and shift of awareness. So, yeah, these cards to me go hand in hand. So some of you guys might be going, for some of you guys, you might be going round and around in a situation with someone that you need to cut off. And I feel like this is specific to your love life. And if this is not, you have a lot of 2 energy here too, 2, 2, 2. But if that's not the case for you, I really feel like some of you guys have already cut off this energy and you're trying to heal and you're trying to grow. But you're kind of almost being plagued by these memories of love, or these memories of something that you cut off, and it's turning your imagination of what's possible into fear. And there's a need. You see this waiting game? This is about balance too, but patience. It looks like this person's going round and round and not going anywhere. But what we have to understand during this time, whenever you watch this, you're not going in circles. As you're circling this, which seems like nothing, something's actually growing. You see how there's like a tree growing, and it takes time for a tree to grow, but that's the healing process. So even if it feels really painful and scary and like I don't see an outcome, a positive outcome, just know that you're actually growing something. You're growing your self-love, and you're growing, I feel like you're bringing something new in. We also have this hedonist card. It says, well, the light attributes are inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. And the shadow attributes are pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. So what I'm really feeling like, I'm feeling more of the light energy, but take it how it applies. There's a need to celebrate yourself and to use this time to be creative. Use this time to embrace the good that you can. I know that we don't have a lot of options right now, but you can use your creativity to kind of take your mind out of this fear and everything else that's going on. Use your imagination to really not stay stuck in this fear, because I feel like there's a lot of fear here. It's almost like split energy. So just try to, you see how she's eating? It looks like she's at home, literally laying on the couch in quarantine, but this is timeless. Eat some fruit, make yourself feel good, take a bath, do a face mask. I mean, do something nice for yourself, just to kind of shift your energy off of this for a little bit. And then we have visionary as our outcome. And it says the capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So that's literally the opposite of fear. Literally the opposite of fear. So kind of take your attention off of this memories of love or whatever you have lost, if you can't think about it in a positive light. But kind of take that energy and transmute it into the vision of the future, what you really want. You see how she's got this like orb light in her hand, like this crystal ball type energy. Her eyes are closed. She's putting her intention into what she wants. And the shadow attributes of this card are selling insights to the highest bidder, comprising your vision to make it more acceptable. So I feel like, again, it kind of goes hand in hand with this one. It's like, just basically, the overall message for this group is you might be dwelling in some things that you had to let go of or people you had to let go of, but I feel like new love is coming in for you. It's just going to take some time. Healing's coming in for you, but define it. Define what's your vision. This is so similar to group A. Define your vision. For this group though, I'd say since we have let's see, we'll go with 7. For this group, if you chose group B, I would write down 7 energies that you want to release, 7 fears that you want to release around your love life, around your friendship. So if this is friends, write it around friends. If this is love, write it around love. But write down 7 energies that you want to release around this fear. Let's get that energy out so that you can create. Because I feel like this is kind of like a blockage. This fear energy is kind of like seeping through everything. And once you get that cleared, I feel like it's going to be a ripple effect in your life, and you're going to have balance and you're going to have that harmony. Meditation is good too. If you could meditate, because we have a lot of 2 energy, if you could meditate for 2 days. I'm doing a meditation challenge, but whenever you see this, if you can meditate for about 2 days and write down 7 fears that you want to release, then rip the paper up, burn it up, cut the paper, cut the cord of that energy. It really does help. Center yourself. That could be your form of meditation, but it's really going to help you. All right, Group B, this was your reading. I'll see you guys at the next reading. Okay, Group C. We are now at Group C. So if you chose this group, oh wait. This is not the right one. This is your crystal if you chose group C. I completely forgot the name of this crystal, but it's beautiful. I meditate with it. I feel grounded. It's beautiful. It's just solid energy. If you know what this crystal is, you can totally comment below. Got it a long time ago. So the overall theme for this group, and remember, this is a timeless reading. There is some sort of communication that's really important between you and someone else. I'm really feeling like this is a love reading. If that doesn't resonate for you, this may not be your group. You can try to pick another pile, or this could be dealing with, friendships or very close, intimate relationships. So with this Gemini energy, it says communication is key. You could be a Gemini. There's 2 Gemini energies on this deck. We have Capricorn, Pisces, heavy water sign energy. Yeah, and it's very interesting because actually there's 3 Geminis on the board. But what I'm really feeling is there's some sort of personal power that needs to take place to have maybe a conversation with someone or to break free from a situation. There's some sort of control that has you in your head with this High Priestess. Because the High Priestess is an energy, I mean, you can't see a way out right now. There's like, the energy is you can't see which direction to take, and there's, the answer has to be received. So right off the jump, you have the 2 and the 3, which makes a 5 for the sacral and for the solar plexus energy. There's some sort of lack of power in these chakras, your sacral and your solar plexus. And the only way that you're going to be able to tap into that personal power to make a decision or have a conversation with someone is to meditate. You see how she's meditating right here? But if you look really closely, it looks like her eyes are open because she does not get the vision until she is in the state of meditation. What you're going through right now is some deep, dark energy, or you're dealing with someone who is very controlling and toxic, or you could be dealing with a situation that is very controlling and toxic, and you feel like there's a huge imbalance of energy. You have 6, 6, 6, so there's 6. Yeah, you have the 6, 6, 6 energy, which also can be, there's several meanings of different, but I really kind of take it as a rebirth because this is like something new trying to come in, but I feel like there's an extreme imbalance right now. And it's interesting that we have the vampire energy, and it says the light attribute is makes you aware that someone or something is draining your light force. The shadow attributes are depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. So I really, really feel like if you chose this group, you might be going through a situation where, sorry about that, guys. It was a little loud outside. You might be going through a situation where you're trying to break free of a toxic person, or you might be feeling really codependent in your relationship. This could have to do with your family too. Some of you guys, this could deal with, a family member, or this could just deal with like an energy that you've always dealt with where you feel like helpless about something or have some sort of addiction. But what I'm really feeling, because we have this Lovers here, I'm feeling like it's kind of going with this vampire vibe. Maybe there's a connection. Some of you guys could be dealing with the Gemini or Sagittarius, but it's like there's this energy of like you can't say no to them. You can't say no. You can't turn away. You lose all your personal power. And some of you guys, it's a sexual thing because we have the sacral chakra. There's no sexual control or balance over your own body. And it's because you're lacking this personal power almost. It's like the solar plexus it's like, to me, it's like your personal power. It starts at the core of you. And you're really wanting to break free from this cycle. It says, I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You see, it's so funny. I've always looked at this card as kind of a lusty card. But I mean, it's still the Lovers. But you see this black energy that's around it? It's kind of giving me that vampire / devil vibe. And like I said, the devil looks good, honey. The devil look like it's, his glittering gold hair. He's sexy. Like, this could be a woman too. Just take it how it applies. There could be something about this person that makes you feel like you can have forever together. It makes you feel like, it's going to be everything. But there's this like manipulation, this manipulative undertone that I don't trust here, guys. And I think that there's a need to just isolate yourself from them. Do some sacral chakra meditations. And if I were you, group C, write down 2 sexual boundaries. I'm just feeling this strongly. 2 sexual boundaries that you have for yourself, and 3 empowering affirmations for yourself. Like, I trust my decisions, or I'm in control of my life. Like, write down 3 empowering statements and write down 2 sexual boundaries. And I want you guys to meditate on that paper. Hold that paper, because you have the 2-2. Hold that paper for 20 minutes and meditate with that list. It's going to really help you free up your energy, because there's a conversation that needs to be had. Either breaking off this, setting boundaries, but there's some sort of conversation that needs to be had. It's almost like you're not standing up for yourself. You're not communicating with this person. But before you can communicate with the person, you got to communicate for yourself. You got to communicate with yourself and let that energy go. It's heavy, honey. And you can't break off the devil energy on your own. You need divine help. okay? Because the devil is as dark as it gets. Divine energy is as high as it gets. This is as low as it gets, and this is as high as it gets. It's almost like that duality of like you're an angel dating a monster or an energy. And I never, ever, when I talk about relationships or leaving someone, never demonize the person, because people have been through a lot, and the true healing comes when you release it as an energy, as it's toxic energy. It's all energy. Because what's trying to come in for you is the lovers too. But this lovers looks way more peaceful. It has nothing to do with their complexion or anything like that. I'm just pointing that out. I normally don't look at this as a negative card, but remember, I'm always reading intuitively. So it's not just about the definition of the card. They're looking more like they're in harmony. This looks like they're kind of more in a lusty situation. And I feel like this balance is going to come in once you do this work. So do that exercise. Again, 2 sexual boundaries, 3 personal empowering statements over meditation for 20 minutes. Communicate with the highest source. Communicate with God. Communicate with the divine, your ancestors, your deities, whoever you subscribe to. And you're going to allow in a better. So some of you guys are going to heal your connection, and some of you guys are going to attract in someone for the long term, someone who's interested in that long-term commitment. So we also have the gratitude card. And it says, I'm thankful for this life and the opportunity it presents. So I know I'm giving you guys a lot of homework, but that's how I am. I don't just say stuff and be like, okay, I hope it happens. I'm going to give you the work, because we do the work, honey. And these systems do work because I do it on myself. So, right, because you have a lot of 6 energy, write down 6 energies, 6 things that you're grateful for. I promise you, Group C, come back and hit me up and tell me, over time, like how this works out for you, because you're breaking free and you're allowing true love in your life. And this is a love that will last for a lifetime. They have these wedding rings on. This is like something much better than just lust, or just better than like someone promising you, oh, it would be so cool if we had this. Like, it's almost like they use their words to manipulate you, and you don't need that. And you need your mind, you need your focus on the good things. So remember, write down those 6 things that you're grateful for. What we focus on expands. So these are kind of turning into rituals or affirmations. This is how I use the law of attraction, but I really feel like it's going to be beneficial for you guys. So if that's all I'm really saying for you guys. So if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, my information will be below. If not, I'll see you guys in the next reading. Bye.